What's up, everybody? King of Fomo here, coming at you with your daily crypto update. Make sure you follow me over there on Telegram. That's t.me/King of Fomo1, as well as my TikTok channel as well. In this video, it's going to be a little bit less organized. I'm going to talk a little bit more freely. There's a lot to really cover. It's been sort of a slow week due to the fact that crypto's sort of been on a red pace this week. A lot of coins have gone down upwards of 10 to 15%, and a lot of people just haven't really been buying anything. A lot of people have been sort of scared and holding on to their crypto, selling their crypto, or not really buying any new stuff too much this week. So we'll talk about that. I'm also going to talk about passive profit platforms. Let's go ahead and start with that because I do want to kind of give you guys an overview about how things are going in here. So the first one I want to talk about is InFile. So InFile is a new passive profit platform that I'm jumping into. Now, as you guys know, these things are not for everyone. And when I talk about these platforms, I'm not vouching for them. I'm not telling you that these things are 100% safe and you should put your money into them. All I'm telling you is what I'm doing with them and how they're working out for me. And I'll give you guys a little bit about what my strategy is with looking at these things. Same thing with this one right here. So I've been doing a lot of different ones. So this is Wiseling right here. Let me actually reload. I think I got logged out right here. Wiseling is also doing fine, and Qubittech and CashFX Group. We're going to go get into all of them. Talk about some of the positives and negatives with each of these. Let me go ahead and log into here so I can get that ready. But first, let me go over InFile. So InFile is a brand new platform. It launched about, I think, 2 days ago on the 20th. And the same person who brought me Qubittech actually brought me InFile. So he does his research. He found Qubittech, and I like to give him a little bit of credit for that because Qubittech is a really, really good platform. And what I'm seeing from here with InFile, it looks really good on the surface. But do keep in mind, guys, like I said before, since this platform has only been out for 2 days, what I do with every single passive profit platform is I try and jump in as early as possible. If it looks good, I'm going to do it as early as possible. And the reason why is because I want to reduce the maximum loss that I'm going to get from the platform if things turn out sour. And 90% of the time, things do end up turning out sour. That's kind of just the luck of the draw. It's the same case with altcoins. If you're looking for an altcoin gem, 9 times out of 10, you're going to find some stinkers. And then one time, you might find a really, really good altcoin that goes up 100x or 10x and continues to do really well. And the same case is true with passive profit platforms. I know, like them or hate them, there have been ones that have been here today and gone tomorrow. And then you have your other ones like Qubittech, like CashFX Group, like PGI Global, like Wiseling. Some of these have been around for upwards of over a year. And there's really no way to tell, especially in this beginning period here, when you start with the platform, when these platforms are 2 days old, you have to trust them until they put out more information. And that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm trusting them until they put out more information. And if they don't, and if it ends up being not so good, then so be it. I'm not betting the bank on any of this stuff. And if it does work out being great, then that's kind of the gamble that I'm taking here with these passive profit platforms. And I'm just mentioning that because I did already post in my Telegram chat, and a lot of people were like, "Oh no, that's a scam." And like, if I were to listen to everybody that said that's a scam, I would never put my money into anything ever. So that's kind of just my risk analysis, and you guys have to do your own risk analysis. Don't just do what I do. Don't just watch my videos and join what I join. At the end of the day, you guys are responsible for doing your own research. But now that rant is over, what is InFile and why am I liking this passive profit platform compared to many other ones that come across my desk? Well, they do pay rates very similar to Wiseling, up to 2.5% daily, but it's more or less around about 1% daily or 1.2% daily. So if I go to my cabinet back here, you guys can see that I'm earning approximately 1.5% daily because I put in a certain threshold, which upgraded me to the mega package. I think it's from 1.2 to 1.5, depending on how much you put in. And one of the other reasons why I like this is you guys can see that when you're depositing into here, so let me go to my menu here, and if I go over to investments, you have a lot of different choices to use coins. You have Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tron, and Tether. You can deposit any amount of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tron, and Tether in here, and you'll earn passively on a daily basis. And on top of that, if I go back to the dashboard, this is kind of the draw to me why I'm more attracted to this platform, is that you can actually sell your units. You can sell your packages. And I didn't really talk about what this platform does. I'll get into that in a second. But you can sell what you purchase. So if you purchase 1 Ethereum worth of packages here, then in 24 hours after you purchase and any time after that, you can sell all of your units that you've purchased. There is a 10% penalty if you sell before 30 days have gone by. After 30 days, you can actually get back your deposit and keep your earnings as well. So that's kind of one of the main draws for this platform for me, for InFile altogether, is that you can withdraw your deposit. Now, what this platform does, I'm not going to get too much into it because, like I said, you guys are kind of responsible for your own research. I'm not going to, put this platform on a pedestal until it kind of earns it. They do cloud storage. So basically, they're renting cloud storage, and you're helping them purchase cloud storage space, and they're able to give you a profit based on how long they've been able to use the cloud storage space and lend that out to other people. They do have a CTO and CEO listed on the website. You guys can look into that. And of course, like I said, my Telegram chat has brought up like a ton of red flags after red flags. So read that chat as well. Make sure you guys are fully educated about the positives and negatives of this platform. But at the end of the day, like this is just my thought process. I always know that there's always going to be green flags and there's always going to be red flags, giant red flags in the beginning of these things. When these things are 2 days old, I really just don't make a definitive assessment saying that this is the greatest thing in the world or this is the worst thing ever on day 1 or 2. I usually wait a little bit until they prove themselves to be a scam or prove themselves to be a little bit more legitimate. So we'll see what happens with InFile. Like I said, Wiseling also doing well. This one was on hiatus for like a couple weeks. A lot of people said that they were scamming out, they were going away, but no, they're still operating perfectly fine. It's actually one of my best payouts on a daily basis here. I put a lot of Ethereum in here before Ethereum mooned, so I'm actually getting a lot of Ethereum on a daily basis back, so that's really nice. And the withdrawals happen pretty smoothly here in Wiseling. Qubittech, same deal. Their payout days have been pretty much on average about 0.8%, somewhere 0.5 to 0.9, so I'd round that to about 0.7, 0.8% daily, and they've resumed their withdrawals as well, so Qubittech is working out nicely. CashFX Group, on the other hand, this happens from time to time with these platforms that have been around for like a year plus. Their withdrawals are taking a little bit long this week. It's actually been 6 days, and the withdrawals have not gone through for most people. Usually they get them in within like 2 or 3 days. Now that's not panic mode, because like I said, this happens every couple of months in these types of platforms, so I'm not really worried. But when they do get their payouts, those are kind of my big heavy hitters, along with PGI Global, which I don't have pulled up here. In terms of passive profit platforms, they're working out nicely for me. They're not for everybody. If you want to stick with trading, trading can be way more profitable and way more risky and way less risky, depending on how you look at it. But you just do whatever you're comfortable doing. I know that there's people interested in all kinds of stuff on my channel. All right, so that is that, and kind of wrapping it all up, summing it all up here. We've talked about Cybertoken in the past. So for Cybertoken, you can see that things have slowed down a little bit. They've raised 141 Ethereum. They have 28 days left on their crowd fund. I think they reduced that a little bit. So we'll see where they go. They've raised a lot already. They've raised $185,000, which is pretty good. But I'm hoping that they can, break the $1 million mark soon. And sometimes that happens towards the end of these pre-sales. You saw what happened with Wise. It was kind of slow at first, then it got really popular, then it died out, then it got really popular at the very end. So we'll see what happens with Cybertoken. Keep it on your radar for sure. And then the other ones that I've recently talked about, Wiseling, we'll get to that. We'll make a separate video about Wiseling later. Prices pulled back, but again, I kind of expected this. I never really expected Wiseling to just mega moon from the start and not stop. There's going to be periods of just sideways movement. It just happens. So that's something that's happening with Wiseling, and I think over time, just like with what happened with Hex, it could have the potential to take off as people continue to stake and see how this thing is working in a decentralized fashion. And same with, I could talk until I'm blue in the face about a whole bunch of these other altcoins that are all mostly down, with the exception of a few kind of key ones. But the markets have been down, so there's really not too much to talk about in terms of, oh, look how much this coin's going up. What I will say is this: the coins that I've talked about in the past, or coins that you guys are doing research on, on, if they're down today, or if they were doing well before this kind of market dump, definitely take a look at them, because when people don't talk about these things, that's the best time to buy. That's when you actually can capture those 10x's pretty easily. Anyway, that is everything for today, guys. Thanks you for listening, for watching. Catch you in the next video. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace out.